Here, you can throw.
Okay. It's just I want to do this one right now.
No one's watching anyway. No one cares. Barrel, 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 barrel. Oops, I pushed live too soon. What's up? Thanks for watching. I'm just getting, technically I don't go live for another 4 minutes, but I accidentally pushed the button, so here we are.
Here we go. A couple good nights already. All right, I'll take it.
So if you're interested in learning how to throw knives, stay tuned. Any question you got about knife throwing, tomahawk throwing, hit me up.
I think I need my blade tonight.
You do or don't?
Goodness. No. Whew. I'll just put it on my bread. Okay. All right.
Yo, yo, yo. What up, chat? Is that what all the cool kids say?
What up, chat? Oh, shit.
Yeah, I appreciate you joining. Hey, Prince.
Oh,
I always like it when knife throwers.
he's on the week. Friends, he had your hat on last week.
Yeah, it's inside, I think.
Yes, mine right there. Actually.
No, I got a couple.
Yeah.
I found a bunch of merch laying over here. I cleaned up the throw, Joe, since you were here, Lewis. It looks great right now, dude. Awesome. But yeah, I got Aim Games hat. I got Funkaholic hat. I know this is backwards, but that's not. And then, of course, Jimmy Moe. He always hooks it up with some pretty rad gifts. Right there. I thought that was pretty neat. As a matter of fact, I found I found stuff from Dangerfest, believe it or not. But I got a really cool custom bandana that says Dangerfest 2024 on it. It's pretty cool.
You got a bandana of that?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what Marcus was going to make last year or no? Oh,
No, this was
something else.
this was something Jimmy made on his own. Big fan of bandanas. Of course, that's backwards, but it says, oh, that says free Jimmy Moe on that side. Oh,
It's both.
this one says free Jimmy Moe as well.
Oh, this one over here says Dangerfest.
Oh, there it is. I got a free Jimmy Moe, and that's kind of an inside joke. If you know Jimmy Moe, that's very funny.
Right.
And then, yeah, anyway, I got another one that says Dangerfest 2024 on it, so pretty cool stuff. And this week's throwing shirt is the newest Broken Feather Palooza 2025 shirt. Nice and simple, nice and clean. Good job, Dominic's wife. Did you meet her? She was there for a split second.
No,
I thought she
didn't.
was going to hang out for a minute. I didn't
Right.
get a chance to talk
I
to her.
didn't. I glared at Dom
Yeah.
about it. Oh, Chris Hendricks is on.
Oh, what's up, dude?
Hendricks
Chris.
is on.
Yo, can I see your shotgun?
We were just asking about you.
Show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Hi, Don. Hi, Ziggy. Gavin. Oh, creepy. Good morning.
And Wild Man.
Yeah.
I haven't got that code yet. I don't think he's watching right now, but I just want to let him know.
Okay.
Ace is going to get back to me. He works a lot, you know, and I'll get it to you, I promise.
Yeah. I'll let him know if I see him on later.
As a matter of fact, I forgot, and I just sent him the message today.
Oh.
Which, you know, knowing Ace, he might send it while we're live. Good day. Good day, Alicia. Oh, you spelled your name right.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's creepy. He's on every week. He's the one that's oversee from.
Well, I wouldn't say he's creepy. Seems
No,
like a pretty
it's
good
his
dude.
creepy gallery. I call him. He knows. He knows.
Still loving the new setup. Ooh.
He said, "No, I am." On the
Oh.
creepy part. Well, you know, I'll let you be how you want.
Oh man, I'm not too stretched out yet.
Well, we know my nose spin attempt last night didn't go very well, so.
I can walk up anytime, any day, get out of bed. I can throw a rotation pretty easy. No spin, takes me a minute. Hey, don't forget the dog's out.
Oh, shoot. Got it. Hey, Proxy.
She's okay, we just keep an eye on her.
Well, I probably ought to put her in so you don't get in trouble for her being around you. All right, let's go get some treats.
Controversial doggy.
Come on. Ooh, not bad. Peanut butter pretzels. Go.
Don't really have a topic in mind. I lied. Technically I do, but it's just, I don't know. I've been throwing a very long time, and I still don't think I have the, I don't know, authority or something to talk about combat knife throwing. Very controversial. And I think that name throws a lot of people off. Combat. I think it should actually be called combative knife throwing. And it's a really good buzzword to get views. Military, combat, stuff like that. It gets a lot of views on YouTube, but.
All right, now.
Ooh. That has some stank on it. Man, sticking knives is great. It's great. It's a good feeling. It's fun. But sticking them well, ho, 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 ho. You know that feeling every winter before Christmas comes, and you're cutting wrapping paper, and the scissors get that glide. They go. That yeah, that's that good feeling. That's what a good stick feels like.
Hey, Alan. Hey,
Like that one didn't
Professor.
feel good. That one's crap.
Hi, Daniel. Justin.
Oh. Oh, dude, I forgot. Okay, I do have something to talk about. So, I learned something. I taught myself something inadvertently. So, underhand half spin is my jam. And then I found out one of my friends was like, how about you just try underhand one spin? And I was like, blew my mind, never thought about trying it with the same grip. That's my grip. That's my grip for underhand one spin. And then the other day I was out here messing around with some no reload stuff, which I'm still dabbling with. Found out I was doing some combos the other night that I've never seen anybody else do, but underhand no spin. So those of you who've been watching me for a while, I kind of had a breakthrough a couple months ago with underhand no spin. And usually this is my overhand grip right here, this or this. So I found out that saber grip, hammer grip, whatever you want to call it, you could even call this handshake grip because that's basically how I hold a rotational knife. I just found that this works best for me. Hold it upside down. And I'm actually using the palm of my hand to cancel. So it's like here to here, right there. That's what I'm using to cancel rotation. And it works. That was badass. That felt good. And it works really good. And then I was out here the other day messing with no reload stuff. And shout out to Lewis Prince of Prince Steel Knives for showing me. Because here's a little secret. I've always thought that no reload's pretty gay. And the only reason I say that is because most people stand about this close when they're doing no reload. And it's a technical thing. It's really awesome to do it machine gun style. But if you're almost touching the target when you release, it's just not impressive to me. So shout out to Lewis. He showed me the grips to use, and I've been dabbling. And don't worry, when I start to dabble, it's like an addiction. The first hit's free, and then you used to get addicted. But okay, so yeah, underhand no spin. My grip has always been flat like this, similar to military grip. And it's military grip, not military half spin. It's a pet peeve of mine. It's just a grip. Instinctive half spin is its own thing. It's never mind. Okay, let's move up a little bit, and I'll show you what I discovered. So underhand half spin, underhand one rotation, underhand no spin. Oh, that would have been cool if I had done it. Duh, why didn't I think about that before? Look at that. Now, the only problem I have with this grip is they want to turn slightly, especially with this. I think a symmetrical knife would help me a lot. But yeah, I was like, oh, it works. Now, I haven't tried too far. I got a couple 5-meter throws the other day. But yeah, of course that works. And the same technique I'm always telling you guys. This is your exercise to release properly. It's the exact same thing with underhand half spin, one spin, whatever. You just want to practice that, keep it flat. It's the exact same thing. It's just you're not doing anything. You're just letting it slide out of your hand. Because with underhand half spin and one spin, especially one spin, I add a little bit of this. I use my thumb and my finger to do that, like this, like there. So underhand no spin, you're just not doing anything. You're just angling your hand at a certain. I'm not throwing like this directly at the target. I'm aiming down and releasing like this, so it turns slightly. Because technically, all no spin is quarter spin, unless we're talking about zero spin, zero rotation, the Feijan, the new Chinese thing that came out. And then we also have Rough Cut with his clear cut copies. He's throwing the dart style, and that's rad. That's a whole new thing. So zero rotation, just a few years ago, it was kind of like a myth. Like spear throwing, that's zero rotation. But for knife throwing, at least in the Western world, it was kind of, no one really could do it. I mean, up close, you can throw pretty straight, and then everybody was always scrutinizing all these videos that we used to see back in the day. And you can make it look, like you're throwing zero rotation or no spin, true no spin, by camera angles. Specifically, scamp throwing. Scamp throwing, a lot of the time, it looks like zero rotation, but it's technically impossible because you're holding on to one side of the knife. But if you film it at the certain angle, specifically sidearm. If I'm throwing sidearm and I film from this side, you can't see the knife turn. But if you had a camera straight over the top, you would see it turn the same way, just like an overhand over the top throw, quarter spin. So I've been throwing a very long time, and I've hit a lot of roadblocks. And I just get super excited when I come up with these things, like Lewis Prince showing me the grip, the proper grip to do no reload. I was like, damn, dude, thank you so much for showing me that, because it opens up a whole new realm of possibilities. And then for me to, I don't know why I never thought of doing no spin with the same grip. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just, there's always something new to learn or something that you can improve on. And one of my subscribers was asking me the other day, dude, I'm sorry if you're watching right now. Your name escapes me. It's hard. I try my best to keep up with everybody's names. I try so hard, and I'm really good at it, aren't I?
Yeah.
Very good. But every once in a while, I forget people's names. But this dude asked me, how do you keep it fresh? How do you not get bored? Well, for one, I don't know. I think knife throwing's rad. It's really hard for me to get bored with something. Plus, I throw all the ways. I throw rotation, no spin, and half spin. And I've just recently, over the past couple of years, starting to broach or breach left-hand throwing, which I am left-handed, but I'm right-hand dominant. So there's something to touch on. So there's always something that you can bounce around with and improve on. And it's pretty weird too. Like when I first started throwing, I was a rotational thrower. I was old school, I was traditional, I was conventional, and that's what I wanted to get good at. And I would not throw no spin. I would mess around with underhand half spin every once in a while, but no spin, I just didn't want nothing to do with it. I thought it was cool, but I was just so stuck on learning rotational. But it just blows my mind away, like how versatile the brain is, how many things you can actually get good at. And every once in a while you meet someone in your life that's good at everything, and you're like, dude, you jerk. Like, it took me a long time to get good at this one thing, and you pick it up immediately and you're good at it. Some people are just good at things. Or, you know, some people are just born athletes. Yeah, I admire that about certain people.
Lewis said, the same technique and grip that you use for underhand no spin can be used for sidearm no spin as well, but I find it gets harder pretty quick past 4 or 5 meter.
I've messed with that quite a bit. Yes, I agree with that. It's hard to cancel out. But then you just switch over to one spin. As a matter of fact, I'll show you that right now. I've messed with that quite a bit. I'm not sure if you've ever seen me do it or not, but I've posted a few videos of me doing it.
You had someone ask, what's the benefit of zero spin? Can you throw around corners?
So zero spin, excuse me, most people call it true no spin. The knife is flying like this. Throwing around corners, no. Throwing around corners, you can't curve a knife. You can lob a knife like this, but you can't curve one left or right. Now, if I'm standing and there's a wall here, I can use sidearm to throw around something where I'm not exposing my body. But the benefits to no spin is, for one, you don't have to, any instinctive throwing, you don't have to know your distance. It's a feel thing. You can kind of just judge your distance based on where you stand, just by your eye. That is the number one advantage of throwing instinctively. Now, if we're talking combatively, where you're going to throw your weapon as offensive or defensive for whatever reason, the tip is always forward. The sharp end is always forward. So that's why no spin will always be king as far as EDC, defense, self-defense, whatever you want to call it. It's always going to be king because within a certain distance. Because after a certain distance, you have to sacrifice power for accuracy and just getting the knife there. You know, at a certain distance, I would say 7 meters, 23 feet, then I would always switch over to half spin. But you always got to take in consideration, like half spin, you have to flip the knife around. So no spin, another reason why no spin is always going to be king is because it's always handle first. You don't grip a knife by the blade, and especially a sharp knife. You're just not going to. So right there, not many people know that I have a knife on me. Boom, no spin right there. So that's why no spin is always advantageous. Then we get into instinctive one spin, which is much more difficult, but it's possible, but that's advantageous as well because you're always drawing and grabbing by the handle. Yeah, sorry guys, I start to ramble a little bit because I have so much information and I'm trying to get it out to you guys as I don't know, as efficiently as possible.
Prince said, you remember Colin Luke's true no spin throw? It was very close in his opinion.
Yeah, dude, yeah. And as a matter of fact, dude, he was like the first one in the community to start to do it. And he had a whole different grip, dude. He uses he throws with the forgive me, I don't know, I've never thrown with him in person or anything, but from what I've seen from his videos, he throws with the pommel, the end of the knife in his hand, and dude, I can't even begin to show you. And it was always it's like magic to me when someone does a throw. Zero spin. It's magic. There's like black magic involved. It doesn't even seem possible. It's like movie stuff. And he's not getting a whole lot of recognition because the zero spin stuff is blowing up. Because when TY from Tactical Edge Dojo came onto the scene, he kind of made it big. And then Colin, he's always been a knife thrower and stuff, but he lays low, and he's not getting a whole lot of recognition. And I'm sure that he's a little. Maybe he's not. Maybe he doesn't care at all. But I would be pretty mad. Like, all you assholes are doing it now, and I've been doing it for years, So I haven't seen him throw a whole lot lately. He's into making like homemade whips and stuff. Seems like a good dude, but yeah, he should really get the recognition that he deserves for it blowing up. I mean, he wasn't the reason why it blew up, but he was, kind of like the first person, right? Oh.
It's funny, Jerry Parker asked, have you seen TY zero spin? And literally 20 seconds later, you brought him up.
Oh yeah, exactly, yeah. And knife throwing is continuing to grow, and it's cool to see. But it's growing in most of the time, back in the day, it grew on Facebook. That's where that's all the groups were, and that's where all the knowledge was. But now we have people on YouTube only that don't know anything about the groups. And we have Instagram, and then we have TikTok as well. TikTok is a necessary evil, I guess. I don't know, I hate TikTok, but there's a lot of people on there as well. So it's growing. It's knife throwing, I'd say it's probably quadrupled since the pandemic in the past 4 or 5 years for sure. The pandemic, we saw a huge jump in people interested in knife throwing because it's something you can do at home.
Logan would like to know what your neck knife is.
My neck knife is the old version of the Cold Steel Tokyo Spike. You can no longer buy them. I'm a big fan of Cold Steel, but I would not suggest buying a new one. Yeah, but these are sick. As a matter of fact, I sent my only extra one. I have another one that I throw with. This is my sharp one that I carry, but I have another one that I train with. But I had an extra one that I sent to the Bladed Queen. She's a female knife thrower from Saudi Arabia, and I thought she should have it. But if you don't know anything about Saudi Arabia, they tend to frown on women doing anything. So shout out to her. I mean, she's literally risking life. Mother.
Are you froze?
Dude, she's literally risking life and limb to throw knives. How's the reception? My phone just said something stupid.
You're froze, but we have bars, so give it just a... Your chat is still going some, so hold on. Looks like, okay, it's loaded. You're back loaded. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. It's clear. It's everything, so I don't know what transpired.
We just lost 200 viewers.
It's all right. We'll get them back.
Does it look okay?
Yeah, you're clear.
Indiana storm. Yeah, this is the storm. Look.
Yeah.
It's because God hates me.
Jesus. All right, your viewers up. Go back to.
Does it look all right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your question? Sorry, Boris. Please ask me again. I don't remember seeing your question. Okay, I see it. Is it true that you should make one rotation in 3.5 meters, so 7 meters is ideally 2 rotations? Now, no. Okay, so let me break it down for you. Now this is rotational throwing only. Now my distance is going to be different from your distance. And it also depends on how tall you are. My girlfriend's 5 foot. I'm 6'3". We throw in different distances. Especially when I first started throwing, I threw very much further per rotation than I do now. I've learned different. My stance is different. My grip is different. My release is different. So in the beginning, it's just, a stick is a stick. So you want to stand where it works for you. But each one of these pieces of tape, that's 2 meters, that's 3 meters, 4 meters, 5 meters, 6 meters, and 7 meters. That's, or 23 feet. So it goes 7 feet, 10 feet, 13 feet, 16, 19, 22, give or take. Now, each one of those is a different half rotation. So in the beginning, you want to tell people to stand about 10 to 12 feet for one rotation. So one rotation by the handle. Every time you hold it by the handle, it's 1, 2, 3, etc. Anytime you hold it by the blade, it's half, 1.5, 2.5, etc. So here, I'm going to stand half spin, 7 feet, 1 spin by the handle, then you back up, 1.5 from the blade, so on and so forth. Now, and forgive me, everybody that watches me all the time. I appreciate you watching, but I'm going to have to repeat myself many, many times because that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to teach people about throwing, right? So, a perfect stick is perpendicular. That's an absolute perfect stick. Any stick is good, but you can kind of guess your distance and dial yourself in. And literally, we are down to an inch. An inch, 2 inches can mean a lot. So perfect, this is underspun, this is overspun. Now you don't always want to move yourself based on each knife because we're still trying to get muscle memory. And if you stick 3 knives in a row, like this, you're a little too close, back up. If you stick 3 knives in a row, this far, you're a little too far, move in. Now there's lots of different things you can do to adjust your throw for rotational stuff. Then there's also instinctive stuff, which is much further down the road. But there's different grips. If you grip high, it slides out of your hand and it cancels rotation. So it's gonna slow the rotation down. If you hold low, it's gonna speed up rotation, especially if you're only holding with a couple fingers. Now, if you put your thumb on the spine, that also slows rotation down a lot. So there's a lot of little tricks that you can do to make it look like you're throwing rotationally just by moving around and changing your grip. Also, your stance. So this is my knife. That's how far it's sticking out right here. So if I change my grip or my stance, it changes. Also, if I change my feet, see how much further the knife is. There's a lot of different things that come into play when you're throwing knives. As always, if you have any more detailed questions or something that you want to ask me about Dangerfest or competitions or, I have t-shirts for sale, those t-shirts right there. I have a couple knives for sale. Email me, fulltangclan@gmail.com. But yeah, for instinctive throwing, you don't need to know that at all. This is a half spin here, here, here. It just becomes literally instinctive. I've just been doing it for so long. You can just gauge your distance based on feel. And how I learned that, because I was a rotational thrower in the beginning, whenever I would miss a knife, well, that wasn't a good example, but let's say I dropped it right there. Okay, I'd go over there and I'd pick it up real quick and I'd give her a little toss. And if it worked, you know, it's just over time, that's how I learned underhand knife throwing. Wherever the knife would drop, I would just pick it up real quick and just give it a little toss and see if it worked. And it's a weird thing that happens in your mind too. Good things and bad things. Like, it's interesting. Like, your brain knows when it's good. Like, there's sometimes, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's like instant feedback. You know when it's good, like when it's coming out of your hand. You know it's gonna work. But then there's sometimes, especially when you're throwing from further distances, like 7 meters is my favorite distance to throw. It's the furthest distance for competition, for pro competition. And it's also a little bit past the 21-foot rule, which is the Tooler method that they teach police officers and stuff. If someone has a knife in their hand, they can get to you within 21 feet before you can draw your pistol. So it's something they teach. But you get good enough, so there's sometimes where I throw a 3-spin, and I'm like, man, that didn't feel good. That's gonna miss. And I still get a stick. And I'm like, ooh, that felt good. But knife throwing is ultimately just about muscle memory, repetition. I recommend everybody, you know, if you want to do it as a hobby, cool, man. If you want to really get good and compete, make videos or whatever, you know, be somebody, then I recommend throwing as much as possible. But 10, 15 minutes a day, you'd be surprised how far that'll take you. There's a guy on TikTok and YouTube. His name's Steven. Throw Daily. If you're in the comments, please tell him you're at and have people, I want everybody to follow him because he's been throwing daily. I believe he's up to 60 some days in a row or something like that. And dude, he's gonna be so good after a year. If he continues to do this, he's gonna be very good. As a matter of fact, I would say that he would be able to compete in a pro competition if he was to continue with this, the way that he's throwing. You know, that's saying a lot. But every day, throwing daily every day, it does a lot. Here, let me throw a couple 3-spins here. Ooh, right in the back of the other knife. Those weren't bad though. I haven't thrown those knives. That's my best friend's knives. Those are good knives. Right in the back of the other knife. That sucked. Another tip I can give you guys is check your knives for burrs. Grouping your knives is fun. It helps with consistency, stacking your knives, seeing how many you can get into a bullseye. But if you're throwing knives with poor quality, like stainless stuff, you get out of Amazon, it's very cheap, but man, it makes some bad burrs, and a bad burr will ruin your throwing day for sure. So always be sure to check your knives for burrs. And the best tip is throw one knife per target. That's the best tip to give, and especially if you're going to be throwing nice knives with handle scales. I want to punch myself in the face whenever I hit my knife with handle scales on it, so I try not to. So one knife per target. Damn, I like those. These are Foggy Forest. I don't remember the name of these. My best friend picked these up at Dangerfest last year. Throwing knives don't have to be crazy. The best throwing knives are super simple. Look at this. One of the most simple knives you can buy. Very similar to a Griffin. Yeah, I mean, just look at my wall right here. These are all just, some of them are extravagant, you know, like this one here. That's a card cutter. It's kind of like a ice skate shape, but most of these are just basic, straight designs, right? Nothing crazy. Then you get into the stuff that's asymmetrical, like a cleaver, tomahawks. Then you got kukris. They perform differently. Symmetrical knives are probably the easiest to throw, in my opinion. But it's all based on personal opinion, really.
Jamie
Personal
Marie
preference.
said candy canes, she thinks.
I don't think these are the candy canes. I don't think so because of the. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I could be wrong.
Let's see.
I've seen a lot of the candy canes.
Looks like Josh and Rochelle are on.
Okay. Tortorici.
Yes.
Tortellini.
Puerto Rico.
So, dude, I don't even have a computer at home that I use. So at work, he told me to go into YouTube Studio, which I don't have on my phone.
Okay.
I've been busy at work, dude. I never blocked you. I don't block people on YouTube.
Okay.
So
Well,
yeah, I apologize.
we're going
And
to
dude,
look
I would
at it.
like to set up a time to do a dual live together soon. And I don't want to be the guy that doesn't watch other people's content, and I miss so much stuff on YouTube. I just consume everything on Instagram and Facebook, basically. Whenever I even pull up YouTube, I don't even see anybody's. I guess I just have to. I don't know. I turn all the notifications on or something. I feel bad. I feel bad.
Keith Heaver asked if you throw kukris.
Kukri. Yeah. So I'm glad you asked that because Cold Steel is one of the companies that I recommend all the time. I rock Cold Steel every day. One of my favorite companies. Very affordable stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that you should not buy as a beginner. Now, as an experienced thrower, buy it whatever you want. But this is a Cold Steel kukri. It's called a LaFontaine thrower, and this is one of the most dangerous knives that you can buy. You may be asking why. Yes, it does come sharp, and that's not even what I'm talking about. A lot of the Cold Steel stuff comes sharp because it was made for use. You just take a file to it, whatever. But the reason why these are so dangerous, and I made a YouTube video about it a while back, but the curve on them. If you over-rotate these things, they can come back at you just as fast as you threw them. So if you have your distance down, it's no big deal. Ooh, I almost over-rotated. I'm gonna step back a little bit. I'm gonna try to show you a ricochet. Okay, these are not for beginners. And then once throwing knives are super simple. Keep it simple, stupid. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. These are a little bit, kukris are great, especially for a real use knife. Kukris are, unparalleled. They're amazing for chopping, cutting, slicing. They're amazing, but for throwing, not the best design. Then you throw handle scales on these things, they'll spin even quicker because whenever you add extra weight, because throwing knives, you want to be center balanced. The biggest myth in knife throwing is throwing knives are center balanced. It's not a thing. But this one's already slightly handle heavy. Now, if you go and add handle scales on this, it's going to make it spin even quicker from this end. It'll make it spin slower from this end, quicker from this end.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh.
Oh, we got Blade Destroyer on.
Yo, Blade Destroyer, all right. What's up, buddy? I like that you got your new range set up. I love that. Oh, and by the way, whoever's listening, I deleted the Facebook group. I deleted the Full Tank Clan Facebook group. It just got annoying. Okay, let's, what time is it, babe?
It's 6:36.
I'm probably gonna, what's it?
6:36.
Okay, I'm probably gonna throw for a little while longer tonight than usual, but.
That's fine. Backyard and Jamie suggested
What's up,
maybe it's the Techno. Foggy Forest Techno, maybe.
Okay, it might be the Techno. Okay, thank you, because the Techno Bowie is right here. I think you're right. Thank you guys. Techno Bowie. The Bowie has that slight clip, which I really, really like these. It's a little bit wider, and then the Techno. I believe you are right. Thank you. I try to know all the names, at least the ones that I have. There are so many throwing knives out there nowadays, and I cannot identify them all. I try. Do we have any requests or any other questions about knife throwing? That's why I'm here, you know. Of course, at the end of the video, we're going to be doing a trick shot. Next Thursday, we'll be doing another giveaway, $100 to anything from delta2alpha.com. Shout out to Ace, delta2alpha.com. I love being sponsored by them. He's helped me out so much over the years. I really appreciate it.
He had a suggestion that you should try throwing a Glock knife.
I do not have a Glock knife. I have an imitation that TY from Tactical Edge Dojo left me. It's in a box over there that is not easily accessible at the moment. But throwing, I want a Glock very bad. But the problem, I was gonna buy the one, you can get them on Amazon for $35, 36 bucks. But the ones on Amazon have the saw back spine. And it's fine for no spin, but I wanna have one that I can put my finger on the spine and throw half spin as well. But for 35 bucks, dude, they're damn near indestructible. They're awesome. I highly recommend getting one. But the reason why I really want to get one is because I'm really been impressed by, it's a big Russian dude. His name's Robert Navoy or something like that. He's big on Facebook. And his technique of throwing no spin, it blows my mind. He doesn't throw with a whole lot of power, even though he's a giant dude, but he is so accurate. And he has a nice laid out throw. And that's something I'm looking for, more accuracy the more I throw. I'm a hard thrower, but my accuracy isn't where I want it to be with no spin. And I don't have a knife out here to demonstrate. Well, here's one with a handle.
He did say you should get one because they're great.
Yeah, I promise to get one. I just can't find.
Craft.
So the Glock, it's on Amazon, is the Glock 76. I believe the one you're talking about is the 75 or 77 or something like that. I might be off one number. But anyway, here's a knife that has handle scales. It's not as easy to throw no spin the way I throw. This is a bullseye blades knife that was given to me by Seamus Pender. Seamus Pender knives. Damn, I don't have my shirt out here. Anyway, so, you know, I usually throw like this, right? Like with a lot of force, not that much arc. So with the Glock knife, it's going to force me, because it's a rounded handle, and it has that pommel on the end. It's not good for no spin throwing. Like no spin, you don't want anything impeding your throw to get in the way. So what that makes you learn to do is an open palm throw like this, open hand throw, is really lay into your throw like that. Like another example is, damn, why am I can't think of everybody's names right now, damn it. He's one of the best trick shot guys on Instagram. Oh my God.
Is that John?
No. Joos, Joos Sprecher. That's his name on Facebook. Oh my, someone's gonna get me in the comments, dude. Oh, damn. Anyway, I'm just interested in learning to extend your body and really brush your face. I don't know, there's just something about that throw that, it doesn't interest me because it's not a powerful throw, but the way the accuracy is just beautiful. Oh my God, dude, I can't believe I'm not remembering his name. I'm so pissed right now.
They want to know, Creepy asked if you overthrow in the rain.
Yeah, throwing in the rain, it's not great, but it's something that you need to practice,
Oh.
especially if you want to compete.
I think you'll like this one. Money, Metal, and More says, have you ever thrown while sitting? I'm a full-time wheelchair user, and normal distances don't seem to work for me. I think it's the different center of gravity.
Yes, yes, and I will demonstrate that. I have 2 wheelchairs right here, and I will show you that. It's a different kind of throw because you can't use your whole body, but it's very possible. As a matter of fact, a guy named, oh my God, what's wrong with my brain?
It's fine.
Rob Crozier.
Yes.
Rob Crozier makes excellent throwing knives, rotational throwing knives, and he is paralyzed from the chest down. And I had the pleasure of meeting him at the World Championships in Austin, Texas back in 2014. And he's a very good thrower. And it's possible. It's not as easy. But the gentleman that I was just talking about, the way I'm really interested in his throwing is this guy here. He's the no spin guy with the Glock. He throws Glocks like daily. He's very, very, very good. And the other dude I was just talking about, I'm so stupid. He goes by TJ, but he goes by different names. That's what really messes me up. Dude, I guess I haven't messaged him in a minute. I feel like an idiot.
Chicago George
Oh my God.
asked if the Kubaton cold steel is a throwable knife.
Kubaton. Kubaton?
There you go.
Kubaton?
Yeah, Kubaton. I pronounced it
The
wrong.
Kubaton is more like a pommel, like a striking thing, isn't it? Dude, Anyway, dude, there's something wrong with my brain. Give me 1 second. I apologize, guys. Alicia, talk to him real quick. I gotta pee, and I'm gonna grab that wheelchair over there, and I'm gonna show you guys some sitting throwing.
All right. Well, I guess while we're at it, I'll go ahead and throw out to you guys about Dangerfest that's coming up in September. That is what we are hosting. It's in Pearston, Indiana. Prepaid tickets are $70 a piece, and at the gate they are $80 a piece, but they're for the whole weekend. We are out there camping from Wednesday through Monday. The actual no spin starts Friday. We do fast draw Friday night, and then Saturday rolls into rotational and tomahawk. We have amateur and pro divisions, and then we roll out Saturday night with a bunch of awards. That's kind of our fun time, is Saturday night, hanging out with everybody, doing awards.
Yeah, don't come if you don't want to have fun.
Right. We definitely try and have lots of fun. We camp out. There's things everywhere. We have a magician that's going to do a magic show for us before the awards on Saturday. Oh, here comes the wheelchair. All right, Lewis, I'm counting on it. Jamie asked Thomas Hops Becker, Specher. Is that the name you're looking for?
No.
Okay. Thomas Juice.
Juice Sprecher. That's his name on Facebook.
Yeah, she said it's Thomas Juice, Joos.
Nope.
Nope. He said no, Jane.
Oh, I can't remember his Instagram handle. Everybody goes by different monikers on all the different platforms. And I'm still trying to learn everybody on YouTube. 'Cause, I don't go by my name either, but everybody knows that, I started Full Tank Clan, so.
Amateur versus pro part work. Okay, so that will be the different distances. And we will let Brandon do his wheelchair throw, and then I'll have him go over like the different distances for amateur and pro for you guys.
So I'm gonna demonstrate. I'm gonna do a wheelie and throw, just so you can see that it's possible. Now, and I don't even remember your initial question, dude. I'm sorry. I just remembered I'm supposed to throw sitting down. But I'm gonna be throwing from 4 meters from the blade.
You said normal distances seem to be off for him.
Okay. So normally you want to use your whole. Am I mic on? Okay. Normally you need to use your following through is the most important thing with knife throwing. So following through, what I mean is this. That's a throw. A follow through is that. After you throw, your hand continues to move after. But that's not saying, there's always exceptions to the rule. And that's the cool thing about knife throwing is, what works for me may not work for you. And over the years, I've taught so many people that I've learned that everybody has different body mechanics or abilities. And They just learn differently. So, okay. So it's basically just an upper body thing because you can't follow through with your body, but you can still learn to follow through with your arm. So it still applies. And, you know, it's just repetition, man. It's just, you know, muscle memory. I cannot stress that enough. And keep this in mind. Knife throwing is hard, regardless of your situation. Knife throwing is hard, and that's why it's so rewarding. Knife throwing is the most difficult accuracy sport in the world, and I will die on that hill. We are not shooting a projectile. You know, arrows, crossbows, guns, slingshot, even an atlatl. Atlatl's a little different, actually. But, you know, lining up a shot with a gun, that doesn't take a whole lot of, I mean, it takes skill, but knife throwing, it's precision, using your whole body. And to be good at it, it takes a hell of a lot of skill. And even just to be, you know, I can teach anybody to throw a knife within a few minutes, but to be actually good at it, I think that's why it's such a rewarding thing. That it never gets old for me. Okay, again, holding it from the blade. Now see, if I don't use my whole arm like I just did, oh, I'll try to make a bad throw. See, it's subtle. You might not even be able to see what I just did, but I felt it. I felt what I just did. Boom. But, all right, let me demonstrate three distances with 3 knives. I'm going to be here from 7 feet. I put the, so since you can't line up with your toes, you want to line up with your wheel. That's where your wheel, or your shoulder, that's kind of where you're throwing from, is your shoulder. So put the wheel right there. Half spin from the blade. Moving back to 10 feet. Flip it over from the handle. 1 rotation. Moving back. Back to the blade. Oh, got to line myself up. 1.5. Boom. Not bad, not bad. Wheelchairs are so much fun.
Hey, babe. Tom Maddox is on, and he's asking if you can recommend any knives. He's thrown axes, but not knives.
Yeah, man. Axes. You already have the fundamentals down. Axe throwing is much, much easier. Ask anybody. You know, that's why those axe throwing places are so popular. You can take anybody off the street, show them how to throw an axe, hatchet, tomahawk, whatever you want to say, stick them. Knives. Okay.
He's looking where to get some.
You know, you can always go custom. Custom ones cost more. They're going to last you a lifetime. Almost all of what I have are custom knives. But I started off with the cheap knives. Amazon wasn't even a thing when I started throwing. And so Amazon is the best place to go. I wish I had Amazon when I started throwing, because the Chinese companies have figured out what works, and man, they're cranking out some good knives nowadays. Okay, so for instinctive stuff, Tactical Edge Dojo, JXC, JXO, Throw Club. Those are my 3 main ones that I suggest for instinctive stuff. Then for rotational stuff, you have Cold Steel, Boker, Condor. Those are my 6. I think that covers it all. But you won't go wrong. And if you have any questions, email me. Send me a picture of what you're thinking about getting, because I don't want anybody to, you know, dude. Even so, like a set of 3 knives cost you max $60. $60. If you want to get a custom knife, minimum $80 to $100 per 1 knife for custom. But once you buy custom, you're never going to go back. But I started off throwing with cheap Chinese-made Gil Hibbins. And it's not the knife. There's no magical knife that's going to make you a better knife thrower. But some help, for sure.
Keith Heber said and it seems like he has quite a bit of throwing experience, but he said, I hate lighter knives. Any tips with longer range throws? They just love to spin way too fast.
Ooh, now, what is a light knife? Now, in the knife throwing world, because it's universal, unfortunately, we use meters and we also use grams. Ounces don't mean anything to me, unless we're talking about weed. Just kidding. But, so light knives, I prefer light knives myself, but I'm comparing my light knives to big, thick, quarter-inch custom knives. As a matter of fact, I look over here, in my whole collection, I don't think I have any quarter-inch rotational throwers, because rotational throwers are 12 to 16 inches long. Most of my stuff is 3/16 or thinner, like 5/32. I like a lighter knife because I like to be able to manipulate it. But especially if you're talking long distance stuff, you can't have it too light because, wind is a thing. And sometimes you go to a competition, it's raining, it's windy, you never know. But so I can't really.
He said, my place has the medium and small Smith & Wesson knives, and I cannot stay consistent with the smaller ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get you
some. Those are okay for kids and learning indoors, but I have a small set of Smith & Wessons. I believe the medium set's 10 inches and then the large set's 12. 12 inches is minimum length for rotational throwing. But like I just said a second ago, if you were just watching a minute ago, Boker, Cold Steel, and Condor. The Cold Steels are right here. My girlfriend competes with these all the time. My mom competes with these. I highly recommend those are the Pro Flights. And they come in 12 and 14 inches. I recommend the longer ones. Longer ones are easier to feel and they're good for learning. Now the Bokers, I happen to have a set right here. I highly recommend these, but they have doubled in price. I just checked the other day since I started throwing. They used to be, actually they're more than that, I think. I think you can get a set of these back when I started throwing for $45. But look at these. They come with a really nice leather sheath, and these were designed by John Bailey. John Bailey is an amazing knife thrower. He's a legend, and they're very good. Very simple, stainless. Now stainless, you gotta be careful. They do get burrs. You always gotta check your knives. But I highly, highly recommend these. And these are very, very similar to my favorite throwing knife of all time. And I've won many, many tournaments and throws with these, the Griffin. Look at that. It's just wider. If you have bigger hands, you may like these a lot. But the thickness is, I think these are 5/32, and these are about 3/16 thick. So very similar though, very similar. I'm glad everybody's asking some questions this time.
Yeah, they're interacting
Sometimes,
in the chat quite a bit too, actually.
I know. Some people just, I don't know. I feel like I just need to throw all the time, but I enjoy answering questions and stuff. There are so many throwing knives now. Like, there's so many custom makers. As a matter of fact, I highly recommend making your own. Try things. Just get some mild steel. It's not going to be great. They'll bend, but just cut something out. Try it, and after that, if you like that design, you can figure out how to harden them yourself or get better steel, or you can contact a custom knife maker and have them make them make them for you, custom.
Aw. Timothy Young, he saw your wheelchair one, and he said, they are fun until you have one cause because you need it. He's a T12 paraplegic, and as a kid, he said he wanted a wheelchair to play with, and at 23, he ended up in a wheelchair.
You're right, man. I don't mean to poke fun at that at all.
Wild man, I see that you're on, so
Hey,
I don't want
Wild
to
Man.
forget to
Okay.
tell you. He said he's slamming a
Yep.
beer with danger. But we haven't got your code yet from Ace. He did request it. He's been working
I'm
quite
gonna
a bit,
get it to you,
but
I promise.
We will get it to you.
I'm just waiting for a message back, dude. I promise I'll get it to you.
They would like to know if you would be able to throw the knife you have on your neck.
Yes.
I've had two people
I actually, yeah. I
ask
have
if
one. I have two because I carry this every day, so I like to be able to, whatever I carry, I like to be able to know that I can throw it, right? So the sharp one that's on my neck is sharp, and then I have another one that I just switch out. They're the exact same design, so I just switch them out. So I'll put the sharp one, sheath, and then I'll do this. So it's more like a bow shuriken. And if you're not familiar with what a bow shuriken is, it's a little spike. It looks like a nail. It's traditional Japanese throwing weapon. Yeah, let me try. Been a minute. Yeah, that's no spin. I've been carrying this knife for over a decade now. It's just nice to be able to know. I'm not saying, I don't know what I'm saying, but. So with throwing no spin, especially something like this is on your neck, like if it's on my waistband right here, when I draw, it's easy to put my finger right there. So with this upside down, you got to learn to practice to get your finger on there. That's the most important thing with no spin is your finger placement. If you don't do that right, then your throw is going to be shit. But just like anything, man, it's just repetition. Throw, throw, throw.
Have you, Joel Hernandez asked, how about Kizlar, K-I-Z-L-A-R, throwing knives for beginners?
Kizlar, yeah, it's a Russian knife design.
He said, I have the
yeah.
Kizlar leader as my first set of throwing knives.
Dude, excellent knives. I have the leader right here. This is the original Kizlar right here, stainless steel. And it's a little bit thicker than 3/16, I believe. Now, Delta to Alpha, my sponsor, they would like these in 1/4 inch, and they weren't available. So what they did is they had some made. Now look how fat that is right there. Little fat daddy. Right there. So it's the exact same. It's slightly different. But yeah, these are excellent. Now for no spin, in my opinion, it's not quite, this may be your jam, I don't know. But for no spin, whatever I do, so I put the palm of the knife in my hand and I put it like that. So that's where my finger wants to be. So it would be nicer if it was right there. So I think this design is a little off. I would consider this a better rotational knife or half spin knife. That's half spin, that's good. Ooh, shit. Any type of dagger shape, I think is great. But yeah, man, they make some very good, affordable stuff as well. You can get that stuff on Amazon as well. It's not, I don't know. I just always push people the other way rather than those. There's a lot of options out there.
He said, damn, I didn't imagine you would be this able to throw it, laugh out loud. Keep it up, guys. You're good at what you do.
Well.
Just so you know, I know you want to throw longer. I'm just letting you know time at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
I know you wanted to throw more, but I didn't know if you wanted to do a trick shot.
Well, for the regular viewers, the last 15 minutes, I usually do a trick shot. So let's get a trick shot out there. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys choose. Give me some suggestions. You want to see rotational, no spin, or half spin? And then is there any certain knife or knife design that you guys would like to see me do a trick shot with? And the trick shot, I'm going to toss an empty can at the target, and I'm going to pin said can into the target. Now, depending on technique, design, and distance, you never know. Sometimes it happens first try, sometimes 30 tries.
Okay, so while they're answering that, Josh H. said, first he asked if you have any kunai throwers, and then he did see one on the wall when he turned it.
Yeah,
so
yeah, good question, man. Everybody always loves kunai, right? Traditional kunai suck. They suck bad. But, being a professional knife thrower and a knife designer, I designed a sick kunai. Now, I can't take credit for the original design. The original design came from Jeremy, the former owner of Bullseye Blades. It was called the Ronin Kunai. Inadvertently, I made another knife design called the Apex. And it's available at delta-alpha.com. If it's not available there, hit me up. I have a few for sale.
All right.
But yes.
So you got a couple. You have they want either.
This is a real throwing kunai. That's what they should look like right there. These things are pretty sick. I love this design.
One person said no rotation. Some people said no spin.
No spin.
Baby tooth. McElfish
tooth.
Bestie
Ooh.
said hawk two spin for a
Hawk
can
2
spin.
spin. I like that. I got custom
Alien
ones now.
96 said underhand anti-spin wheelchair can pin.
Dude.
Dude.
Yo.
You're trying to kill me
Yo.
tonight.
That's okay. So. All right. You got me thinking,
I don't know
dude.
about no
You got
spin,
me
but
thinking.
maybe
But
underhand.
Hold on. Let me think.
Maybe underhand.
So the problem with that is I have to throw here. I can't, I got to mind the wheelchair. Now,
It'd be hard to toss the.
I may not do that right now, but promise, write that guy's name down.
It was Alien 96.
Okay. All right. Alan. Okay.
Yeah, it's Alan.
All right, dude. I'm going to do that. Promise. But that's going to be difficult because of the angle. Because, this is here, the arm guard and stuff. I will do it. I promise, dude. But right now, I'm trying to entertain. All right?
Deb Rose just piped in and said 5 meter half spin.
5 meter half spin. I like it. Half spin's my
Underhand half
jam.
spin.
I heard a lot more no spin, though. Any type of knife, guys? You want me to throw this kunai? Let me do the kunai.
Okay. You got
Kunai, no spin.
Underhand half spin,
Underhand half.
or
I got that.
underhand, whichever. Yeah. So.
All right. Okay, we got that. I'm going to throw the kunai. Now,
That's
you
what
guys tell me
Josh
real
H.
quick.
said.
Underhand half or half spin or no spin? Half spin or no spin? Let me see it real quick. I'm down with either. Either one. No spin or half. I better practice with these real quick, huh? I don't need to practice underhand, but no spin I do. These are center
goodness.
balanced. Oh, that's money, dude.
Pretty.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's on.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go with no spin. Got a couple that said underhand no spin.
Ooh, that's tough. Ooh, I haven't thrown these underhand no spin. Let's try it real quick.
Half spin.
Woo! Them
So-
spicy. Those felt good.
Underhand your jam, so it's they kind of like all your stuff. So I think just pick between half and.
All right. We'll do
Oh, Deb said half,
half. All right.
or your half spin,
Fuck it. Let's do both.
whatever you want.
Okay.
Okay.
I like it. I like it a lot.
All right.
All right, we're gonna choose
Let you.
Bush apple, which these guys are cock teases, dude. They only sewed this for 3 weeks and then they pulled it off the shelves. This stuff's amazing. Don't drink or do drugs, but if you do, Bush Light apple. Shit. Where's my... Oh, there it is. Can wait. It helps to have a little bit of weight in your can, All right, let's start with no spin. We'll be doing 4 meters. 4 meters. Oh man, I meant to put my my knee brace on before I started throwing today. I did not. Oh, dude, my knee is trash. It feels. This is what my knee feels like. Just bloop 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 doo doo doo. So if anybody ever wants to fight me, just go for my knee or my 4 eyes, because I can't see shit without my glasses. Come at me, bro. Bro Chacho. Bro Montana. Oh, you guys want to hear a joke? No kids are watching, right? Want to hear a joke? What's the last thing you want to hear when you're blowing? Oh my God, dude, I'm retarded. Okay. What's the last thing you want to hear when you're blowing Willie Nelson? I'm not Willie Nelson. All right, I said no spin, right? One more. I can't remember people's names right now. That's weird. I think I'm getting old timers disease. All right. Well, that was super gayness in the anus. Okay, a little talk. I just told a Theo Von joke I stole from the internet.
Oh. Oh, wow. See, you just need me to come out. Back up.
Second try, bitches!
That was only your second one?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Oh, yeah, baby.
Sorry, Theo Von, I stole your joke. I'm pretty sure that's a joke that he stole anyway, but. Second try, baby! Ow! I wish we were doing this for the giveaway.
Right?
Somebody be stoked.
Somebody beat stoked. All right. All right, now you can carry back on to your just throwing and having fun.
And by the way, man, I really appreciate you guys coming back every week, or the repeat viewers, or just people that are joining in right now, man. We really appreciate it.
Ziggy did ask a question earlier on.
Yeah, what's up?
But you had a lot going on, so it was a suggestion of how do you prepare for a competition? Like if you're going to do a throwing competition, what are some of
Man, that's a good question, Ziggy.
Right.
How I do it now compared to how I used to do it, very different things. Very, like, I used to take it so serious, dude. I was like,
Oh.
I would just do that. I would set up my targets. If you want to compete, you need whatever target setup that they're doing. And you need to know their distances. You need to know their rules. You need to abide by those and do it over and over and over. You know, it depends on how much you want it, right? If you're going to have fun, no big deal. If you're going to win, you better practice, dude, because knife thrower, you know, a lot of people take it very seriously and other people do it for leisure, to have fun, to go and hang out. I'm more of the hangout guy now. Like, I don't really take it as serious as I used to. Now, if someone wants to talk shit, then it's coming. But now I just go to have fun, dude. There's been tournaments that I just go and, you know, I got so drunk I had to cut my way out of a tent. And then, you know, I'm just there and hanging out and having fun. And then there's other ones that I want to go and I want to win. The World Championship, for one. Like, that's the World Championship, dude. I'm not going there to hang out and have fun. Yeah, I am, but I came there for a reason. I spent all that money and took time off of work for a reason. I spent all that time in my backyard for a reason. Unfortunately, the World Championship isn't a thing anymore in North America. The closest thing we have now is Dangerfest, for whatever dumb reason. But write your scores down. Take it seriously. Take your time in between your throws. Stick with one set of knives. I can't stress that enough. It's fun to bounce around and throw different knives to mess around. But if you're competing, stick with one set of knives. I made the ultimate mistake one year. For whatever reason, I wasn't throwing that great one day, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to switch my knives and compete with these knives. That was the dumbest thing I ever could have done. Don't do that. Stick with the knives that you learned. Okay.
I do have one more. Demon J2000. He's been getting tips from you now for a while, but he said he's starting to throw at no spin at 6 meters.
Dude.
Is that good?
Yes, dude.
Yes.
20 feet. 20 feet is like the line where, you know, forgive my saying, the men and the boys. That's where the line crosses or the transgenders or whatever you want, whatever you say. But 20 feet is like, that's very, very good. If you're consistently hitting from 20 feet, you're a good knife thrower. For whatever reason, that seems to be like the breaking point. And then 7 meters, which is 23 feet, that's the furthest for competitive throwing. So it's difficult, dude. Like sticking one knife, anybody can, throw and stick a knife from there. But doing it consistently, because you want as few drops as possible.
Huh.
But
That's the part.
sticking your knife is the most important thing when you're competing. Even if it's a shit stick. Even if you stick one like that and you're like, ew, it's still a point. It's better than having one on the ground. All right. Okay, the bar is pretty high now. Because half spin, I think I'm better at. But we may switch from overhand to underhand or sidearm or something. I'm gonna start with underhand. All right, underhand half spin. Let me try one real quick, see if I remember how to do it. Okay. Looks good.
Jesus. Oh, goodness sakes. And I was just proud of my 62 half spins last night I did.
Oh, see, I forgot.
Rotational.
I forgot.
What did you do?
Oh, if you want to help me, last week and the week before, we got people sending us money. That blows my mind. Thank you very much. If you really want to help me, just share my videos. Like them, share them. That helps a lot. And for whatever reason, man, I cannot get in the algorithm on YouTube. YouTube does not like me right now. The video I posted today, I was very proud of that video. It has like 500 and some views. I was like, what?
I'm sorry, Throwcessive had made a comment, and I just read it. He said, I've got more drops than Visine, and then Jerry asked if he could steal the comment.
Got more drops than Visine. What about COVID? You got more drops than COVID? Don't take me down, YouTube.
Oh, goodness. That was good.
Wow, I missed 2 in a row.
Well.
I mean sticks. Okay.
That was good.
Feels a
That
little
was
sticky.
good, Throwcessive. I love that.
Okay. That felt good.
Oh, well, Jamie Marie had to throw in there, and she said, I got 1.3 on mine, ... laugh out loud. You have to have other body parts he doesn't have.
Yeah, like a vagina. If I had a vagina, I would rule the internet. It would be game over. You guys might not even try. What the fuck?
Wow, you hit that can just like.
All right, I feel. That
was weird. It bounced off the can.
Well, underhand half spin's my jam. What's going on?
Richard, he has me on this one. There's no way I can take
better.
over this can stack. I'm personally just working on my rotational right now.
Alicia's doing very good. She's been coming out here and actually throwing.
Like, consistently working on throwing.
I hear some people show up and be like, damn, I don't know why I suck. Like, have you been throwing? Well, no. Oh, weird.
Yeah, I've gotten a pretty decent rate now.
Ah. Like, the muscle memory, it's so important. I don't really practice the way I used to, but if I take my time and buckle down, I could do pretty good. Like I won overall at Broken Feather just a few weeks ago. And I was throwing knives that I have not thrown ever competitively. And I had to really think about what I was doing. They're knives that are not designed the way that I was hoping. So I forced myself to throw these knives. And I was very happy with getting into a throw-off at least. I would have been happy just with that.
Aw. Devin, Jamie Marie, you're killing me.
What the is going on? I'm just bummed I'm not sticking my knife. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Somebody's closer. When's the Happy Gilmore 2 coming out, man?
No. I will say, big accomplishment. I did come out and throw 62 half spins in a row last night. Rotational half spins. Throw that out.
Oh! Yeah, that's great.
Jeff and Beatrice got me on that a little bit. Jeff White,
Consistency,
yes.
the most important thing. Accuracy comes second.
They have
If you
this
don't stick
thing-
your knife, you don't get the points.
They have this thing going that you throw until you drop. So that's
Throw
what
until you drop. Yeah.
And then I did it out for my one spin, and well,
Oh, man, I got it.
that I did 12 and then 16, but
Yeah, there's actually some like curriculums and stuff. Like you can get a certificate if you, I don't know who these people are, but I've seen it like in Russia where you join a thing or you pay $1,000 to get a certificate. And they have like all these goals that you need to reach. Or you can just watch.
Throwcessive is on a roll tonight. He said, I've thrown so many different knives and styles, I have muscle dementia. Oh, goodness.
But throwing all those different knives, over time, it allows you to pick up something and just feel it in your hand and be able to stick it. There was a competition that Joe used to do, which he stopped doing before we came, that I heard about. But they had they had a table full of random objects, and I believe each person brought a random object and set it on there, like a sickle or a hammer or a shovel or a screwdriver or ice pick or whatever, you know what I mean? And you just had to go up and go through the whole line of stuff. And I think that's a really cool thing to do. I think that we might do that
He said, that's what I want. He
at
said,
our
yes,
personal
that's
throw.
what I want.
And it's awesome, like, especially if like you're showing off to your friends at work or something.
Maybe that's something we could do on Sundays.
And you just pick it up and, wing it in there. It's pretty fun.
Heck, we can even do that Saturday. Oh! Saturdays. Or Thursdays. That was like a double word there.
That was here, my throw was here. So that's something I always try to combat when I'm throwing, well, overhand or underhand. Naturally, your arm wants to go this way, overhand as well. So throwing this way is a lot more difficult. It's easy if you just stand there and do it. But when you force yourself to do it, like when I'm tracking a can, I don't have a lot of time to think about the angle, I just throw. That was dumb. Then, as always, the better you get at your can toss, it's literally 50% of the throw. The better you get at tossing this, the easier this is.
Dang it.
Okay, that was stupid.
Make It Stick said, my fellow employees think I am some kind of assassin. Hey, let them think it, bud. Let them think it.
Exactly. Also, another tip, you can learn a lot from your misses as well. Think about, why did I miss? Like that one I did right there. I did too much thumb, and it drug, and it went this way. And I felt it.
Oh. Alan asked, hey, can I get a blueprint of your target system, please? Or is it confidential information? You have any more stencils?
I have stencils.
Alan, you have to come see us. We'll get you a stencil.
Yeah, I don't really, they're big. They're like this big. But I have, search Full Tank Clan how to hang targets. Or you put Full Tank Clan anything. I found this out recently. I was looking for one of my old videos. Full Tank Clan and then whatever, and it comes up. Like I did a video a few months ago where I threw all left-handed, 7 meters. And I put Full Tank Clan left-handed throws. And the video came up in the search bar on here. Okay.
It's because you did so good on the first one.
Well, I impressed myself for sure.
Uh-oh.
Well.
Timing is just off, right? Like it bounced it right as...
Horseshoes and hand grenades. So last night, I haven't posted, well, it was in the video I posted today, but it's not. Anyway, I did a 7-meter tomahawk throw. And I was trying for about 20 minutes, and the can got crushed. I stopped for a minute, put weight in the new can, came out, and I did it first try. When the can gets all messed up, it flies differently. You know, it's just not as consistent. So it kind of helps to have a good can. I'm not feeling this right now. I might switch a knife. I'm gonna throw the leader. For whatever reason, the slightly wider blade, I'm gonna throw this one more like a dagger. That was stupid. This one automatically feels better. I just looked over here and it says throwbetter.com. I was, you know, mental note. Mental note. It's throw better. How about that? Sometimes I forget. Just throw good. Oh, that was perfect. Just a little low. Throw more gooder. Okay. That was good too. I don't mind missing like that. Is anybody still watching? Mm-hmm. Now, my underhand is probably one of my better throws, but for like accuracy like this, it depends. I would actually like to see how well I did in the competition throwing underhand. I suppose I could just do it here, huh? But it's always different. Like throwing here at home, very different than throwing at a competition in front of people. Now, throwing live like this, that adds some stress for sure, because I'm supposed to be good at this. Oh! See, misses like that, not that big of a deal, because it was literally that close, right? Now in this instance, I stick the knife in the can, pop it out a little bit. It helps. Oh, that was a great throw. Toss, 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 toss. That was a dumb throw. Ah! There's a lot of different axes that you can mess up on. That's what I was saying earlier. Knife throwing is the most difficult throwing sport in the world.
Deb, you know him so well. She just said, laugh out loud. I was waiting for the yell.
Yeah, I've been trying to, I don't know if you guys noticed, but in my trick shot videos, I don't get excited anymore because it's not cool. You gotta, I meant to do that. I do this all the time.
Hey, Collins gang.
Some people think trick shots are stupid, and they're vocal about it.
The
It's
Illuminati,
whatever, man. You can do whatever you want. It's a free country.
the Illuminati
But
said the accuracy lies in the squeezing of the butt cheeks. And
Oh,
then-
I forgot, dude.
And then Processive said, I
That's-
can't get anybody to squeeze my butt cheeks.
It's campsite.
Is that
Yeah. Ah,
Well,
we
that
got a
makes
flesh wound.
campsite?
Dude, right after you told me to clench my butt cheeks, I've got a flesh wound. I almost did it, dude. That would have been epic.
Maybe just a little, Collins.
I'm throwing the knife made famous by Throwstar. Well, whatever. That would have been a good clip. Yeah, unfortunately, he did not answer back to my email. I thought that would have been pretty cool. Well, some people have an image to uphold. I get it.
Okay.
Dude!
Not that you're worried on time. I'm just letting you know it's 7:29.
Alicia said I have a time limit.
No, I said you don't. You said you wanted to keep throwing, and that's fine. I was just letting you know.
Come on. So let me tell you a quick story. Let me take a small break. Let me tell you a quick story, though. So back in the day, I used to look up to, there was only so many like famous knife throwers at the time, right? And there was this one person, I don't want to name names, but I looked up to him very, very much. And when I first met this person, I said, why don't you compete? And he said, well, if I was to compete and I lost, it wouldn't be good for my image, you know, because I'm supposed to be a winner. Now, if I competed and I won, well, I'm that guy. So everybody expects me to win. And at the time, I was like, oh man, that makes sense, dude. You're right. I get it. But as time goes by and, you know, my whatever I am now, I'm like, that's kind of a bitch move, right? That's kind of a cop out, don't you think?
Yeah.
Everybody misses knives. Everybody fails. It's the ability to continue on, to strive forward, to get better, that makes you what you are, I guess. That was a shit throw.
Maybe you need a different can.
And I don't even think anything bad about what he told me, really. It was just a different time. Like, the knife throwing levels were not anywhere near what they are now, you know?
Oh, now it goes, yeah.
They're out of hand now. It's getting to the BMX and skateboarding level, which I saw grow from the 90s to now. So I want to see where knife throwing goes in the future. And it's unfortunate we hardly have any kids. There's a couple kids, especially Aiden. That's my guy. But we'll see. But there's no money in it. Why would he, only for the love of it, I guess, but why would he continue to throw knives all the time when he has basketball, football, soccer, or whatever, you know, to make a
How is even?
to make a living, you know. Cut it again. Damn, man. Just by the skin of my dick. All right, well.
Hey.
This is kind of to the point where I'm like, come on, dude. I'll understand if you guys turn the channel.
Make It Stick said I've got several young throwers hooked, which is awesome.
That's good. That's great.
It's awesome.
But this kid I'm talking about, he's a phenom. He's amazing. He's so good.
Amazing.
And it's unfortunate that there's no industry. There's no industry with knife throwing. Maybe it'll get there, you know. But there's no money behind what we do.
No. I watched this kid personally in our dojo. We had a
Throw Joe.
yeah, Throw Joe. Watched him literally hit a card, flicked it, card first shot.
Out of my card launcher.
Out of a card
launches
launcher.
a card.
Very first time he's ever
It's on
thrown
video.
at it, like, and shot it, amazing.
Yeah, the first time I stuck a card out of that card launcher when I got it, it took me at least an hour and a half, at least.
This kid did it first shot.
And he did it first try, and I lost my mind, dude. He stuck with the bow shuriken, too. It was a little tiny little bow shuriken like that, like a nail.
Yeah, he followed it like, Larry Meyer, what's up?
What's up, Larry? You're just in time to see me suck.
Let's back that up. His first trick shot, however, he got in the second try. Now this is just...
I keep doing that. Yeah, that can's done. That's the third.
we tried a drink company, and then Brandon used that and
All right, we got a new can.
tried to get them sponsored.
New can is usually a good omen.
And then they went and sponsored the WKT.
Oh, you talking about Pabst?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to rock Pabst Blue Ribbon pretty hard.
Yeah.
And then they sponsored Waddle, and I was like, I'm out. I have standards. Why? All right, underhand's not.
about-
I can't work underhand. So
Larry, we were talking about getting the younger generation involved in knife throwing. It's just not.
okay, wow.
That there's no like capital or anything, sponsorship, things, ways for them to make money when they can do it in like sports or other things.
All right, I'm much more accurate overhand. I just had to get one out of the way. Here we go. Overhand half spin is a lot more like throwing a ball to me with a snap. Okay, too much. All right. Hang on, kids. I got this. The leader. Okay.
I do really like those shirts this year.
What's that?
Really like those shirts this year.
Yeah, they're just simple and clean.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Like I said earlier, like missing like that, that's not that big of a deal, man. When I miss my knife throw or completely off, that's when it makes me mad. That one is a little iffy because it was outside. It was about 12 inches wide.
You're right, campsite. You're right. Larry said, looks like my session today.
Oh, your session sucked? Is that what you're saying? Huh, Larry?
Thanks for hanging with us, Richard. Ooh, make some good brownies.
Oh my God.
He said yes.
It is what it is, man.
Hey,
But yeah, Larry, I cannot say enough about those tomahawks you sold me, dude. They're everything. They're awesome, dude. They're awesome.
oh, we missed it last week. You used them a lot last week in his live last week. Didn't you do your trick shot with it too?
I did one last night. Oh yeah, yeah.
Last week, though, I
yes,
think
I
you
did. I
did.
did the
Yeah.
2-spin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a 2-spin. Back when I didn't suck. Man.
You act like you didn't already hit a can stick at two times.
A second throw.
I know. It doesn't count anymore.
Oh, dude, I should stop throwing so hard. Doctor says I need a backiotomy.
Oh, Jacob Komet wants to know what you're throwing with.
This is the Kiesler Supreme Leader. That's what Throat Star throws. Hurts being that good, huh? If this were a barn door, I'd hit it every time.
Fuck, it's so close. Damn. He said that he just made a set for Jericho and a set for Christian X-Bender.
Nice, dude. Oh, tomahawks? Hell yeah. The exact same way? Is that like, how many hawk designs do you have, Larry? Because I think, is that just the one? Or I think I've seen you do like a slightly different one. But that's an excellent design, dude.
It's good to see you. You're back.
Okay, this is fucking getting stupid.
He said just one.
Just one. I like it.
Richard Chambers asked from inside or outside the barn when he said if it was a barn door.
Oh, all around, dude.
Oh, he said only, and then Larry said only difference, he's been adding graphics.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'll be back, babe. I gotta go take a Benadryl for my arms.
Man. Try not to get mad, but how can I not be? Just outside. All right, I'm gonna start alternating now. You know, it is what it is, dude. Like, yeah, it's just whatever. I don't mind being vulnerable and throwing live. You know, there's a lot of people that will not. They like to have a reputation. Damn. This knife is actually pretty good from the blade. I don't like it so much for no spin, like I said earlier, because this is where, put it right here, boom, boom. That's where my finger wants to be. So, you know, if it was moved forward a little bit, that'd be great for no spin. But for half spin, this thing's the bee's knees. I don't know what to say. I apologize. That was a great stick, though. That was damn near perfect. Underhand. Went back to underhand. I would have sworn that I would have done better. Look at that. Look how straight it is. See, a stick is a stick, but when they stick like that, oh, mwah, so good. It's so good. Yeah. Yeah, people were asking me earlier, like, what knives they should buy. I never recommend this one, but it's viable. And it's actually a pretty good rotational thrower as well, even though it's size. I wouldn't recommend this for competitive throwing because it's so small, but it works. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm gonna wait till Alicia gets out here. She likes to say goodbye to everybody. She really appreciates, and she likes doing this stuff too. She you know, she's half of this damn thing. I look like Adam Savage from Mythbusters. Well, I look like everybody that has glasses. If someone has glasses and they're white and have kind of facial hair, I look like them. So, yeah. Short-worthy, yeah. Unfortunately, you'd have to clip it because when I clip it, the quality is shit. I'm glad there's like a lot of conversation. Damn, holy shit.
Oh, yeah, they keep
There's a lot of conversation. I finally got it.
You good?
Yeah, underhand. I said I would stay on until you came out to say goodbye.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Hi, everybody.
Thanks for watching, everybody. If you really want to help me, you don't have to pay me money or anything. Just, you know, we'll continue doing this for free forever. But share my videos.
Get people to watch.
That would help out a lot, you know.
We just want to help everybody.
Tell people about Dangerfest.
Ooh.
Email me if you have any questions. fulltangclan@gmail.com. Dangerfest is September 19th to the 21st in Pearson, Indiana.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Peace.
Have a
Later.
good week.